if you talk to people who used to know me in high school, I will not talk a single word.
For those that don't know you, who's Jade Mendes?
My name is Jade. I am a real estate agent licensed in California, and I'm here to help
How was the
people.
process of you getting into the real estate?
I first started as a transaction coordinator, and what that is that I handle all the documents and paperwork within a real estate transaction. And how I got started into becoming a realtor is that my broker, Martin Mendez, reached out to me and said that why don't I give it a shot at being a real estate agent? I took the test, I passed it on the first try, and that's how I started.
And did you think about it too much, or like you just, since your broker told you, like you're like, okay, like I'll give it a shot, like?
No, since my broker told me, I kind of just took that leap of faith.
The leap of faith?
Yeah, I put all my trust into it. I was like, if you think I can make it, then I'm just gonna try. It doesn't hurt to try.
And
so
how old were you, like, when?
I was fresh out of high school, so I was 18.
That's like a big job. Coming out of high school, you know, like adult life. And how was that? Like, did you feel like you were not prepared?
I don't know. I definitely did not feel prepared to become a real estate agent. I honestly didn't even know what real estate was. I did not know what real estate was. And being a transaction coordinator and doing that, it kind of prepped me to become a real estate agent because it was kind of like knowing all the legal stuff about it. So it did definitely help.
So the good thing there was like you basically went from step 1 to step 2.
Yeah.
So then you probably were nervous, but then by the time you became a real estate, you're like, well, I have an idea.
Yeah, it did definitely help. Give me sort of like a layout. So that's good.
You were fresh out of high school, and how old are you now?
23. I'm 23 right now.
So about like 4 years?
Yeah, give or take 4 years.
4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
The biggest like lesson you've learned, either good or bad, or both?
The biggest lesson that I've learned is to be positive. Like no matter the situation, how negative it might be, you have to go to everything with a positive mindset. And I've talked to so many people who've made so much money, stupid amount of money, and the main thing that they say is to be positive.
Positive. There's always going to be a better day, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Since you said that you've talked to many people, when it comes to like buying a home, like how did you feel when you talked to someone for the first time and sold your first home? How was that?
It was so cool. It actually was my long-term friend.
Oh, so you sold it to a friend?
Yeah, my first transaction was with my best friend. So it was so nice to see her like in such a big home and just to be able to help them out to get that dream home. It was an experience.
And I'm guessing it was also like probably the best experience because it's your friend. It's also your first time, so you're able to just be yourself. Yeah. Oh, it's my friend, you know. But then you learn, okay, like I did this good, or like.
Yeah, exactly. It was so fun because I was just like talking to her, and right after the transaction closed and everything, I was like, oh my God, when are we gonna hang out at your new house? Like it's stuff like that.
So I'm pretty sure it's like a good feeling where like you see how happy people get when they finally get that home.
It's an experience that I'll never get tired of.
And then now, I mean, I was gonna say how many houses have you sold, but that's probably something you probably don't even keep track of.
I mean, it's been quite a bit, so I don't keep track.
And like what like places or like what cities do you mainly tend to go or sell in?
I mostly have stayed in Monterey County because I know the market pretty well here, and also the neighboring counties from Monterey County. But I am licensed in all of California. Every market is kind of the same, but I usually stick to the Central Valley.
Damn. So you're up and down, up and down.
Yeah, I will say if you want to be a real estate agent, you are going to put a lot of miles in your car. You're going to put a lot of miles in your car.
Which is the money that will come back eventually, right? For people that don't know too much about real estate, or even myself, I don't know much about real estate. Like, how would you explain it?
It's really like how you view real estate. Well, real estate in general is an investment. It is an investment. Whatever money you put into it, you'll hopefully get it back. And probably even more.
How does the process of selling a house look like? For example, like, oh, I'm a realtor, I want to sell this. Like, do you put money from your pocket, like, to hold that home to know, oh, the realtor, like, sells it? Or, like, you just say, oh, I have someone who wants to buy it, and then you do all the work. Like,
so, usually how you sell a home is first you talk with the seller and figure out what price that what they want to list it for. And then from there, that's when they figure out how much are they going to pay you, how much are they going to pay the buyer's agent, how much money would they want to put into it, if they want to do any repairs, like if they want to fix flooring, new paint. You just go over every situation possible and seeing what would be the best way to sell your property. And hopefully they choose an agent that sells a home for the most money possible with the least amount of hassle. Because with a lot of transactions, unfortunately, some people choose the wrong agent and they make the process 10 times more stressful than they should. And that is something that you want to avoid.
And by agent is like realtor?
Yeah, okay. Like a realtor. So a lot of the times people choose the wrong realtor who maybe is a little more inexperienced. They don't know how to sell the property well, or they can't negotiate for them. So once they choose a realtor that is not the best fit,
then the whole process will be complicated.
It would be 10 times. I mean, selling a home is already so stressful, and so many like situations, so much stuff is happening. So having to deal with an agent who doesn't know how to sell a home, that just makes it 10 times more stressful, because if you're paying someone to sell your home, you want them to sell it right.
Especially like coming in as a client, like being nervous, and then dealing with someone who's probably nervous or inexperienced. Everything's just going to be
and
worse.
Age has nothing to do with how experienced you are. I mean, I've seen older real estate agents who have no idea what they're doing, and they make it 10 times more stressful for the client, and it does not have to be that stressful. That's literally why you go to an agent, so they can help you
make the process. I just switch it up now. How's the process like for buying? Like how much do you like have to put in, like money wise? Like do you have to put 50%, or like what's the process of buying a home?
So I don't have to put any money in for either side. I don't have to. Like, let's say you're buying a home. You don't have to pay me anything.
Oh, okay.
You don't pay me a single dime unless you want to, but I don't think you are. You don't have to pay a single dime. What happens usually for buyers who use an agent is that we get the seller to pay for my commission. Yeah, so that way the buyer doesn't have to come in with any extra money out of pocket, because you guys are already paying for a down payment. You guys are already paying for closing costs. You guys are coming in with so much money.
Like adding up.
Yeah, it's interest. So much money adding up. So the fact that people are expecting you to come in with my commission, that would be crazy and so stressful for buyers. So
more overwhelming problem.
Yeah, so majority of the time, almost like 9 out of 10 times, we negotiate the seller to pay for us. So buyers don't have to deal with that. So that's good.
Okay. Yeah, like, because I'm telling you, like, I've heard about real estate, but I've never really known too much about it. And I mean, it's something that eventually we have to, not because necessarily we're going to go into working it, but I mean, everyone's going to buy a house eventually, you know, hopefully. Typically, like with company, like, do you work with people like your age, or like they're all older?
There isn't that many agents that are around my age, and in this area that I've seen, they're all a little older than me. So yeah, a little bit older than me. So
just a tiny bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. But there are very few of them who are around my age. And then when I finally talked to them first, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's why you started so young."
That's
so
cool.
It's pretty cool.
What's one thing that you've liked the most, like throughout the time that you've been here? Like, whether that's like with working with your clients or working with your co-workers, like what's one of the best things or experiences that you've had throughout the time?
My favorite thing that will always be my favorite thing is when I give them their closing gift. Like that's it. You don't have to worry about anything. You either finally got the keys or you finally sold the house. Like that is the best thing that I don't even know how to put into words. It is such a nice thing. Like just seeing like a family like celebrating, like, yeah, I finally got a house.
Like all the emotion that goes into it.
The emotions are they're just the best thing ever.
And you, if I'm not wrong, you have your own home, right?
Yeah, I have my own.
Did you get your home once you're in real estate or before you're in real estate?
So I started real estate part-time. So basically how I was able to save money, me and my husband were able to save money, is that on my other job, I was using that job to pay like maybe like certain bills and all that stuff. And all the checks that I would make of real estate, I would put it to the side.
That's smart.
And that's how I was able to kind of like
build it up.
Yeah, build it up. Save enough money for a home, and my husband was doing the same thing.
Since you went through the process of buying, and so basically you had to go to an agent, right?
So I was my own agent. So
okay, what?
Yeah,
I was gonna tell you. So how does it feel that someone helped you out, and then now you help others, but you were your own agent?
I was my own
So you
agent.
sold your house to yourself?
Yeah, so I got paid for it. So when I bought a house, I got paid for it myself. So it was. That's why you should get your license. I'm just kidding. No, it does have its privileges, and that was one of the privileges that I was able to have. So I'm really grateful for that.
I don't know what to say.
It is such a privilege.
It's like a big. I mean, obviously, every job or just not job, but like everything in life, you know, like have pros and cons. But I mean, the pros are.
I know.
You get like. You buy a house and you still get money in return, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's crazy. What was your ideal home like?
I also advise people to do is to start off small and build your way up to it. So homes are always appreciating, especially here, they're always appreciating. I don't have a crystal ball, but most likely the homes are not going to drop. So they're just going up, and homes always appreciate. So what I always advise people to do, and what we also did for ourselves, we purchased our home, and what a lot of these situations, you wait for it to appreciate, or you could rent it out, or just it's your first home. You could sell that home, use the profits of that home, and use that money for a down payment for an even bigger house. So that's kind of how you step up and just you upgrade. You could always downgrade if you want to, but
then eventually it's paying for itself.
Yeah, you don't have to save up that big chunk of money for like a super big house. You could always just like slowly start going up there. It's a process. It's not something that you just wake up and buy $1 million home. That's not how it works.
Everything is a process as well.
Yeah.
Anyone that would want to be like a real estate agent, like what's an advice you would give them?
Advice I would give them is that if you're thinking about going into real estate, you have to be comfortable with getting out of your comfort zone. That is the main thing. If you want to make it in real estate, you have to get out of your comfort zone. And that's what so many people have told me. My broker has told me that. My lender has told me that. So many people have told me that. The ones who make it to the top and are super successful, that is their main thing that they tell everyone. You have to get out of your comfort zone. And if you don't, you're going to stay at the same place from when you first started.
And by comfort, like getting out of your comfort zone, what do you think they refer to? Like, is it speaking up more or like what?
So let's say like if you're scared of talking to people, go and present in front of someone. Like if you're scared of posting yourself on social media and showing your face, go post yourself on social media. Like do
what scares you.
Yeah,
or like
do
what you're not used to doing.
Yeah, do what that's how you're gonna level up. Yeah.
So for you, do you think it was natural, or were you shy to talk?
No, I was so shy. I was so like, if you talk to people who used to know me in high school, I would not talk a single word. So
then basically, high school you would never see yourself in this, or would have never imagined you were gonna be in this.
I would never imagine my high school me to be this way. And people who know me from high school will agree with that.
And we'll be like, is that the same Jade that I know?
Yeah, even my friend would tell me that. She's like, you're gonna do that? And I was like, yeah.
You're like, well, now that I think about it.
So it was a good thing that I did that.
Within 5 years, like where would you see yourself? Would you still see yourself living anywhere here, or where do you see yourself?
In 5 years, I am hoping to have my second property. Hopefully in 5 years. So
as in like to live, or like to rent, or just
to live in, hopefully. And I just want my second property. That's my goal in the next 5 years.